One thing about a woman, when you're growing up, you're always taught how to do a lot of things at the same time. You know, the function of a woman, like a woman, when you describe a woman by creation, a woman is meant to do a lot of things at the same time, and yet they don't feel it.
From the Valley, telling the African story.
The International Women's Day, celebrated every March 8, is a global day set aside to celebrate the freedom as well as social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women all over the world.
African woman is a woman filled with so much potential. An African woman is a woman filled with so much responsibility. An African woman is beautifully made. We are beautiful in and out. An African woman is bold. We are fearless.
We're very adaptable. We are strong. We're strong-willed. We're very hardworking.
An African woman is a woman that is loving, is caring, and that can build her home. Anyway, generally, she's a virtuous woman.
They're trying, like my own place that I came from, Momete. We don't have lazy people from my place. All of us are struggling. So, and we are moving fine. Something is going higher.
The African woman is that strong, bold, resilient, hardworking, smart, self-motivated and self-dependent woman.
Women who go out, who hustle, they go out and struggle to feed their family.
I do most of the things. Not that he doesn't give me money. I have my monthly upkeep and all that. But if I say it's just that money he's giving, it's not working out.
She strives in the sun and in the rain to protect her family's nakedness and to ensure it is well covered.
I'll give you an example. The African woman is not bound by time. The African woman is not bound by seasons. If it's the corn season, she's selling corn. If it's groundnut season, she's selling groundnut. If it's yam season, she's selling yams. And that is in summary what the African woman is like. We're very adaptable. We are not boxed in by circumstances.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
We're able to tell our stories, who we are, what we are, and we're proud of those stories. And then we're able to also reach out to people who identify and appreciate our stories.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
I'm always there for my husband. I'm always there for the kids. See me now, I'm out. I'm a graduate. I studied business admin in school. I'm a BSc holder. But see me working from one shop to another to collect a job. How much is the salary? Nothing. But just to assist my husband. Because he must not die because he got married to me.
Mama Africa is a true metaphor of the mosque us, the burden bearer. Her consideration for others comes first before herself. She's capable of keeping awake all night, curating solutions to problems not even hers. Mama Africa is an intercessor, not only for her own, but strangers alike.
I wake up as early as 2:30 a.m. every day in order to meet up, with my business. So sometimes you want to relax, you can't relax because you know what is ahead of you. And when you look at your home, you don't mind the challenges. The challenges is like a sacrifice I pay in order to build my home.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
I started working first of all as a teacher, and I was trained to leave my house by 6:30. I need to be in school. At school, 6:30 I should be in school. So I'm used to getting up early, fixing the things at home, making it the lunch, and then I move with the kids to school, then come back around 6:30 p.m.
The African woman is a nurturer.
An African woman is a woman who takes care of her family, who takes care of the children, including and the husband as well. An African woman is a woman who works tirelessly to make sure that her family is comfortable.
It's not funny, you understand? Like this morning, I came out without eating. Like seriously. But I've made food for my husband. I've made for the kids, still put what they will eat in school. But because I saw we were running late, I had to just forget my own self. I know maybe as I'm on the streets, I'll see gala, I'll see egg roll, one or two things. It's not funny, but we thank God.
With my training for some years now, I've learned how to put a balance. I don't fall out in any part. I know that I should leave my house at a particular time, and before I leave, my husband's breakfast should be ready. My kids should go to school. I should also know that I should come back in the evening and make these things available. So it is left for me to map out my timetable.
While the African adage that says it takes a whole village to raise a child may hold true, studies and indisputable proofs have gone further to validate the claim that it takes just one woman to raise a whole community.
When a woman is in charge, she covers all. But a man can target on one person, but a woman is in charge. He targets everybody around the community.
One of the empowerments we went for was a training. We were taught, say, empower one woman and you've empowered the whole community. But you empower a man and let's leave the rest. So I believe that a woman is a powerhouse. A woman is a life wire. Once a woman is empowered and a woman believes in him or in herself, she will be able to transmit that fire that is in her, because we have the ability to influence. We have the ability. Every woman has the tendency to influence. So whomever a woman cannot influence has a problem. So a woman can do much more than just imparting the home, just the immediate family. A woman can extend it easily because it's a transmitting free. Has this ability to transmit to whomever comes around her. So I believe that statement so much. A woman can impart the whole nation, if not the whole world, if she decides.
Train one girl child and you've trained the whole people. Empower one woman and an entire nation is saved from hunger.
Choosing a DGWTO should be on merit. You know, it should be on merit. The best person to lead the institution that is having so many challenges should be chosen. Now, I would say to them, if that person happens to be a woman, great. If she happens to be African, great. I hope it's a sign to not only to women and girls in my country, but to women and girls worldwide, that the world is ready and women can do it.
I think the African woman has gone very far. In the past, should I say 4 weeks, we've seen the appointments of, I can't remember how many women have been appointed as ambassadors from Nigeria to other countries. I remember Greece, I remember, I think Malaysia, a couple of others that I can't remember right now. And the crowning glory for us this season is that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has been made the DG of the World Trade Organization. It's a very big deal. The future is very bright for the African woman. And as we celebrate International Women's Day, we want to charge ourselves to look at those who have gone ahead, like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I will keep mentioning her because she's such a beacon of hope for the rest of us. There are so many of them that I don't even have the time to mention now. But I know that good things are ahead and we are rising up to the occasion.
As a woman, when I look at Dr. Ngozi, every time I look at that woman, I keep saying to myself, I can do it. I can become. So if she pushed through with the same challenges I'm facing, she's a mother, she's got a husband and kids to take care of, and she's moving forward. I believe that me as a person and every African woman should be able to do even much more, because we climb on the shoulders of those that have gone forward to do better than them. We don't start laying their foundation. They've laid the foundation for us, so we climb on their shoulder to move forward. So if she can get there, I keep telling myself when I see her, I can, and every woman can. There is no excuse. If Ngozi can get there, Christine can do same, and every determined woman can do it, yet having the balance, carrying the family on.
She is a dedicated wife at home and a key decision maker at her place of work. She is a born manager.
Being the first woman and the first African means that one really has to perform. If I want to really make Africa and women proud, I have to produce results. And that's where my mind is at now. How do we work together with members to get results?
God has made women an helpmeet, a necessary one, the right one for the men. So he has put that ability in them to be able to function at every season and at any season. Be it at workforce, as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a leader in the community. They have that ability to strike a balance where men are not striking the balance. That's just the way God has created them, I would say.
By virtue of the way we are made, we are made to do a lot of things at the same time. Then outside that, we have to plan our time, because the current trade of things, we see that there's no longer room for a housewife. You're supposed to combine everything to make sure the family is moving.
With her rare strength and efforts to model her tasks both at home and at work together, this doesn't go without a price.
We face so many issues. For example, one out of them is meeting up our husband's demand, because there are some things you need to do for him. You need to take good care of him before leaving the house. Most of the time, we leave some of them undone to do it later, which they might not be happy. Secondly, our children. Our children are left are not well taken care of. They are not well taken care of. We leave them in the hands of teachers, and by the time we come back, most of the time their homeworks are not being done well, and their clothes are not being kept well. And I'm not the type that loves keeping a housemaid. I do my work myself. So those are the main challenges we face. And sometimes in the office, because you have some carryover from home, it affects your office work.
But will all this make Mama Africa give up?
I'm not the type that stays idle. I would never like to stay idle. I'm not the type that stays idle. I can't be. So I have to work. Leave my house in the morning and come back later in the day to face the house work.
Our relevance as women, one of the relevance you have as a woman is to understand that you can offer something beyond being a mother, you know, because God forbid, there are some women that are widows. Imagine if they were just sitting at home without a husband today, how will they cope? So I can never bargain for that. In fact, anything that will subject me to just sitting at home, to just being a mother and doing nothing else, is actually killing me. So I can't. So it's not in the job description.
I don't see them like challenges. Rather, I see them like a step of moving higher in life.
In addressing the developmental needs of our contemporary world, a world running on a fast lane towards high technological and economic advancement, a society reliant on the sole efforts of the male gradually becomes imbalanced, laid back, and unrealistic.
When a husband tells his wife, stay at home and take care of my family, which entails that the man is capable of taking care of both the wife and the children. But in a situation whereby the husband cannot cater for the family, the woman goes out to work. With my own idea, I don't think it's okay for a man to tell his wife to sit at home and take care of my family, because in the process of doing that, a lot of things happen. If you are not lucky to have a good wife, a wife who goes around, it depends on the compound. She mingles with other women, and at the end of the day, the result will not be too good. But I advise women to keep themselves busy. When you are busy, your mind will be occupied as well.
As you can see me, so I got my coat, I got my size. I can't do otherwise. I'm managing my life with the one that I have. Don't depend on men, because many men now, they leave home for women to take care. And you cannot just deal with a man. You're looking short, maybe sometimes before you eat food a day. So maybe if the man can't afford the food, you just stay like that. It's not advisable.
If you wait for that one, you will suffer. Your body go red. That one, me, I know that one is certain. If you say you are waiting for that, you will so suffer. It doesn't pay. Come out, come and hustle. We were once like that. Even the school I went to, it's my help and that of my husband. That was why I got married to him. You understand? Nothing like slay queen. Come and hustle. You get. If you are waiting for that, they will even end up using you for money. They will end up using the person for money. See me now, a graduate, I'm on the streets looking for how to assist my husband and all that because I don't want him to die. A man will pay 200,000 naira house rent, still give you feeding money, still do this one. No, you need to just come out and work. Look for something to do. I do this, I still sell attach, I still make hair. Like any day I see customer to make hair now, you see, I'll drop this one. I'll make that one, collect the 2,000, put it inside my pocket. If I go out for that day, it will make me pot of soup, still remain changed.
Coach from the Valley, telling the African story.
Therefore, if abuse, discriminations, and all forms of violence against women will be adequately challenged, there is an urgent need for more African women to become more actively involved in profitable labor.
When the man is bringing the whole 100%, the respect will not be there. An African woman needs respect. She don't want to be intimidated. But when she is up to what her husband demands from her, the respect will be there. It's like when my husband is bringing 50% and I'm bringing 50%. You know, the respect will be there. He will not be calling me hey. Rather, he'll be calling me dear. Because I'm so dear to him, because I'm supporting him. I'm helping him. If he will die at 50, he might increase to die at 75 because the heart is at rest.
Men are not even ready for all those. Men are looking for somebody that has something. That is what they are looking for. So they should just please drop those slay, whatever. They should just come outside and work. If they're even saying it must be government work, it's not working again these days. Oh. See us now, graduates on the streets, doing one or two things, putting heads together to make sure we put food on our table to assist our husband. So all those sleeping because you've gone to school, you now want to see. Miracle will not fall from heaven. It went on the streets. You can even meet with somebody. I like the way you speak. Are you a graduate? Do you go, I have this social position. From there. So it's not just sit at home and wait for manna to fall from heaven. It will never come.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
I am proud of Africa, and I will continue to tell African story.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.
A candid advice for them is for them not to fold hands and wait for their husband to provide everything for them. They should not fold their hands. It pays for you to find something doing. It pays for you to engage yourself in something. Even if you are not working in an office, engage yourself with something, maybe into agriculture, fish farming, snail farming, and the rest of them. Or you go into business. Women still make it in business.
The major thing I keep telling a woman, find your place of relevance. Stop depending. Stop feeling cheated. See, whatever we are today, some people say we have something have been planned ahead. No. It is your plan that the heavens respond to. What do you think of yourself? What can you offer? Looking within. The power to become is in every person. So if you keep looking at the next person, blaming your father, somebody told me, said, if you're blaming your fathers for what they did yesterday, what are you doing today?
In commemoration of the International Women's Day, celebrating women's freedom and reflecting on the theme, Choose to Challenge, we reach out to women who have suffered abuse, deprivation, discrimination, and all sorts of abnormal treatments owing to the uniqueness of their gender. We also celebrate women who, despite being beaten by storms, rain, hailstones, and fire, have managed, just like is typical of the full-blooded Mama Africa, to survive it all, conquering it all, and shining lights on the path for all to find their way to freedom. That is the blood that flows through the veins of the African woman. It is made of red. It is made of love.
I am Mama Africa. I'm proud to be.
I'm Mama Africa and I'm proud to be. Happy International Women's Day.
Echoes from the Valley, telling the African story.